Okay, Spirit Child, hope everyone's doing good out there. Spirit Child 1723. Anybody new, appreciate you checking it out. Those of you returning, you're much appreciated. So we're doing fire signs for April. Today's April 5th. I'm in the northern hemisphere, so spring's here. Pollen's been all over the place the last 10 days. The cars are just covered with yellow stuff day in, day out. So allergies can act up, and it's what it is, part of the process. But the birds are chirping, the warmer weather's coming in, and hope everyone's doing good no matter where you're at. All right, I had already shuffled these. I'm going to cut the deck once, and we're just going to move forward. Save the best for the last. Fire signs, of course, because I'm Sagittarius. This is the second deck, so I'm not even on the right deck, guys. It's too much schoolwork. That's what I've been working on. I finally get the last paper out. One card at a time, Spirit, please. Thank you. All right. The air signs had that first card, emotional withdrawal, harmony, and temptation. Okay, what's going on here, fire signs? Getting interesting fast here. All right, we got your top row out. Obstacles and challenges. Come on. I got stuff. I'm trying to keep some cards on the left. All right, so let's start this reading. This is April 4 fire signs. Sag, Aries, Leo, etc. All right, we have emotional withdrawal. Number 8 card. 8 means infinity to me. This is a handprint as well as his footprint in the sand. But this person, this male energy, is sitting near the ocean, rejuvenating, in touch with the elements. You got sand and rock, for earth, and you got the water right there, and you got the great air with the special ions going on if it's salt water, which it looks like. So this person is just trying to, get in touch with themselves, get in touch with their guidance, wherever that may come from. For most of us, this doesn't even happen 5 minutes a day, so I'm including myself when I get busy. I forget. And then we have the harmony card. So, which is this, it's very similar to the lovers is what it looks like to me. It's showing an older male energy and a younger female. Looks like she's got the gagas, like this guy's got her hypnotized almost. He has green energy around the heart chakra, their two hands are, they're feeling each other out. They're in a little romantic bliss, I guess I'll call it, for lack of a better word. And then we have temptation. Okay. So someone's, shadow or dark side, could be around lust, passion. I get the energy of pulling away from this is what I get. We'll go further in the reading, see if it explains itself. Then we have obstacle and challenges, number 5 card, which, so somebody's looking for a path, right? Somebody's looking for, how do I break out of this? How do I get unstuck, right? 5 is a number by itself, is transformation. So something could have happened that's making you or forcing you to make a choice, right? A life choice. Okay. All right. So the second row is going to be with John Hollins. I believe it's Tarot of the Heart. And don't It's close to that. Don't take me, that ain't verbatim, but. All right, we already got a few cards. We got one card jumping, trust. That's under the meditation card. Oh, wow. Wow. Very active here. Hold on. We got all your 3 cards in one. Dreams coming true. Believe and succeed. Enjoy and stability. Wow. You guys definitely better energy than I just did the air sign readings. All right, so this is fire for April 2025, which time, yeah. When you get it and look at it, that's when it's for you, This is the beginning. This is like the Fool card, like launching out there on faith, kind of some innocence, some wanting to explore, wanting to broaden their perspective of life, kind of leaving the nest type energy. I'm going to do this on my own, head out into the world. That's female energy there. Then we have dreams coming true. So that's really nice. Showing a manifesting energy in the hands. There's purple and blue and green. A lot of purple, so that's spiritual in nature, and blue is throat chakra energy. But it shows kind of like pulling this energy from the divine, which is within, the connection's made within. But this person's probably manifesting pretty good because they're in tune with their source energy. Then we have believe and succeed. And again, a lot of purple and blue. They're in the boat. This is 6, so they got unstuck. We're off the 5. We have 6, so there was a decision and a path made. They might see it, right, on the horizon. They're on this boat going off into purplish, bluish, I don't even know how to describe it. There's hues of different purples and violets with blue, but the focus is on that light. You know what I mean? They see hope. They see a path. They see an out, and they're in action. It's number 6 card. Then we have 4, joy and stability. That's what I was saying. You guys, you're reading clobbered what's going on for air, but everyone has their season, right? This is nice. This is shown to me as a universal symbol of the universe, the sun, and the person or earth. All linked together, working in cooperation, right? It says joy and stability. 4 is foundation and stableness, sometimes for family and home. In this deck, this is under spiritual, so I want to say it's a firm spiritual foundation that's being placed, and it's showing universe, sun, and earth, all connected, All right, let's get a few cards out for Saggy from the Message of Love Oracle deck. We got 2 jumping. Destiny and Guilty. 2 more, Spirit, please and thank you. Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo for the month of April. Conversation. 1 more, Spirit. This is for the fire signs. I'm sorry. Had Saggy on my mouth. And Mending Heart. All right, so in the love arena, what do we got? These cards, I'm struggling to find the right path. This is underneath the trust card. This is how it is on the board vertically. You had the trust card. This destiny card's right over it. Shows this person turning their attention to possibilities, like trying to find a path, which is similar to this energy. Actually, in this energy, they chose something. They see something. They made a decision. On this one, it's more the energy of being open to like what fulfills them, in their heart, like when work's not fulfilling, this is somebody looking for, their work to be more fulfilling, and bring in the pentacles. All right, we have guilty. I feel pain from the damage I've caused. This is underneath the Lover's card, and remember we had temptation to the side. This is someone that's pulled away, or energy that's pulled away and kind of reflecting. They know they hurt somebody, and it probably wasn't their intention, but it's just their defense mechanism. They need to go through some more shadow or inner child work or something. It doesn't mean they don't love you, but they realize they hurt you. But the next card out is conversation for the fire signs. I want to call you and hear your voice. So again, this is a female energy that pulled away from someone. Now they're like, man, what did I do? Somebody could have been patient with them, not impatient, could have been practicing patience and acceptance, and they didn't feel worthy or they didn't feel right. But now that you're out of their life, they're missing you. And this it says, mend. I want to fix our connection. So you might be getting a call, for some of you, if it's your story, if it's your message. This person wants another go around, and you got to decide whether you let them back in. Fire signs. All right, 3 cards from the Romance Angels for the fire signs in the month of April. This is April 5th that I'm recording this, and it'll be out, Monday or Tuesday, at least by Tuesday next week. Give your relationship a chance. So some of you are open to that repair. I'm going to leave this card in reverse the way it came out, because there's no other cards upside down in the deck. Sometimes when you're shuffling and fanning and doing all this stuff, you can unintentionally flip the deck. But I got an upside down card, and I'm going to take it the way it came out. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. This is showing some real, seductive, passionate energy, and again, along with the Lovers and temptation being in the top row, they're saying to kind of go into it, go into it with, open-minded mindset that it could work out, Now, upside down, this is very important, guys. Upside down, you deserve love. You are lovable. It's upside down, and this is underneath guilty. I feel pain from the damage I've caused. Underneath that is upside down. One of you doesn't think they deserve love. That's how it came out, So it's going to cause a major hiccup in the relationship. It can be fixed, it can be dealt with. It takes both people, takes some conversation, it's down on the board. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents and yourself. It's amazing how much baggage we carry around. I just went through an inventory process, and it's amazing that stuff that I thought I had worked on enough, still can linger in. But I've been able to release a lot of it, and I see how it's really limited my adult life, I feel good that a lot of it's been released, and if you're going to do that work, you release on full moon, and you try to attract in on a new moon. Keep an open mind, and that's right along with give your relationship a chance, right? Just stay open-minded, even if no relationship, long-term has worked in the past, stay open, stay open to it. Stay, for myself, like I've dated this person like 3 times, but because of school and all the other stuff, doing this and doing my full-time job, and full-time job's kind of expanding into something I didn't know exactly it was going to go like this, so it's a little more demanding. It's been over a course of 3 or 4 months, or maybe even 5 months. But we went out last Sunday, and it was nice. I don't know where it's going, but it's smooth, and it's not requiring a lot of energy, and it's not taking energy from me. So to me, that's a good sign. All right, guys. So to close this reading for Sagittarius, which it looks like it's a pretty good reading, yeah, we are going to take one of these funny cards out of this deck. I've had this before. Marie Antoinette. And there's 3 symbols on the cards. Just to give you a little preview. The fire sign is one night stands. The diamond is long-term relationships and breakups. I don't understand how those two go together. And then the infinity symbols is family and friends. So let's find the person in the book first, because I don't want to steer you wrong on who I think it is. She was born Archduchess of Austria. Destined for greatness, she became wife of Louis XVI and was the last queen of France before the Revolution. Her court at Versailles and her extravagance were legendary, and she became a symbol for indulgence and luxury at a time where the country faced financial crisis. Married very young, the royal couple didn't bear any children for a number of years, giving rise to wild rumors about possible affairs and her depraved, I hope I'm saying that right, lifestyle. Most of them untrue. But as queen at the time of the French Revolution, she was executed as prisoner 280 in October 1793. Oh, wow. They assisted her with her death. So anyways, let's go back and look at the messages. So underneath the one night stands, which is the fire symbol, your message, I'm getting out of the loop. Your message from Marie Antoinette is be the dessert, not the entree. That's food for thought. Under long-term relationships and breakups, your advice from Marie Antoinette, no man is worth losing your head over. And I'm sure at the time where she got killed, that's probably how they executed people, off with the head. And then the infinity symbol, which is family and friends, see all, hear all, love all, forget all. Family and friends, see all, hear all, love all, forget all. So I'm going to hold it up to the camera just in case anyone's interested in their guidance. Hopefully you can see that. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. I need some subscriptions to continue on. I've pulled back and slowed down. It seems very stagnant. I haven't given up, but I know there's people that come on and check it out. I'm giving out energy. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, even leave it in the subscription and check back at a later date, or check some of the older videos. Share one with somebody so they can look at their sign, when and if I go back to doing all the signs for a month. Anyways, love you guys. Thank you for letting me read your energy. Keep going, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, and have a great month.